Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in on this special occasion. I'm actually diving through my archives and I want to free up some space, and this is my high run and straight pool. So I'm going to put it up on YouTube just so YouTube holds it forever for me and I can free up my storage. But I've always wanted to be a pool commentator, so I'm going to give it a go. So this is my personal best high run and straight pool. If you don't know what straight pool is, it's 14.1. I opened the opening shot up with one ball hanging out of a 15 ball rack. I use that ball to make it as my first ball, open up the rack in my second shot, and then try to continue shooting from there. So at this particular table, as we look at it, I see the 11 ball by my hand. That would be my next best break ball. Because I'm right-handed, that's the right-hander's side of the table, if you will. Now where the 8 ball and the 7 ball is, that's the left-hander's side of the table. I like the 7 as a breaker, I really do. It's just got a lot of congestion. The 8 ball is a really good breaker too, a lot of congestion. The 11 ball is nice and free, so I like to keep that as my break ball. I don't like where the 14 and 15 are. I'm going to break them up right now. And in doing so, okay, yeah, this is the next shot. I tie up that 8 ball even worse than it is now. And that's another reason why I want to keep that 11. I don't mean to do what I did here. It just is what it is. Well, there you go. I got the 14 dead straight in. I can follow it forward, but it's got a touch angle that leaves me dead on the rail. And I can make the 9 after that, go far enough forward. I got the 11. Like I said, I want to keep that 11. So I'm going to shoot the 9 and break up the 1-3 cluster. I really liked that. It laid nice. But the problem is now the 3 doesn't go by the 11. So the 3 ball is kind of a problem ball. The 7-8's a problem. If I move the 15 at some point, get dead straight on the 14, that gives me an out on the 7-8. So I just got to worry about my problem balls. My key balls here so far is I want to leave the 1 ball for last before the 11. That's not going to happen. That's just ideal world. And shoot the 15 next and come 2 rails around the 11, making sure I don't touch it. And I'd love to have gotten straight in on the 14. It's not what happened. Little kiss right there. Little awkward angle on the 1. I can cheat the pocket, use a nice extreme draw, nice smooth stroke. You can get that angle back so you can get closer to the 14 for control. Pardon me. I'd love to have gotten dead straight in on this with the touch going off the rail. Didn't quite get it. So just kind of accepting my lumps here, but I like my recovery because I can leave either the 8 or 11 after this shot. But I really like that 11. I wanted to draw that back a little bit to give me the 2 rail angle to go around the 11 again, give me that nice perfect break shot. Didn't quite happen. And I don't like what I did here. Overdrew it by a lot. Yeah, this is very steep, very awkward angle off the rail. Fortuitous kiss where the 7 ball came back up and kissed the cue ball out of the stack. That was beauty. I love how the 7 and 4 are together. Those are beautiful balls for a break ball and key ball all together. The key ball is the ball before the break shot. And you also got a K2 ball, which is your second key ball. But I know I end up leaving the 7 as my breaker and the 4 is not my key ball. But ideally, that's why I don't want to shoot those two. I just got a lot of ball management to take care of. The 8 and 10 are a problem, but the 6 is right there handy. The 13, 9 are awkward. They might have a dead combo, but it's just all kind of on a bar box. Man, on a big table, this is a different game. But on a bar box, this is a little bit tougher. You got to be very precise on your cue ball control. So like here, watch that cue ball just drifted up like an inch too far. I wanted that 15 dead straight in the corner with the touch angle, just kind of nudge open that 13-9 because it's got the carom angle to let the 13 go out instead of down. And then I'd have the 2 ball either in the side or the corner. It's not what happened. So on this 15 ball, I'm going to shoot it, draw it to the rail and out because I'm trying to get underneath the 13-9 and always have the 5 and the 12. If I hit this good and avoid the 5 coming out right here, I've always got the 5 and 12. I hit it softer and I caught the 9 pretty full, luckily, but I always had the 5. Nice little, almost a masse with right English to push that 12 ball away from me and off the rail. I want to avoid my break ball and my key ball as I see it. But that 8 and 10 are a problem. This is where I try to get rid of everything around my break ball, and then I can do a little cluster management with that 8, 10, 6, 2 once I get rid of these balls surrounding my break ball. Here it is. I like this. I was starting to shoot a little fast. I needed to slow my tempo down, but I just get so wound up with it. Always had the 7, 9, the 8 and 10. I knew were going to be breakers at the speed and the angle I was playing. I still like the 7 as a breaker from here just because I'm right-handed. I'd really have loved to have gotten an angle in hindsight to play the 9 ball as my key ball, because then I could just slide straight parallel with the 7. Get straight in on the 8 stop and then parallel up with the 7 is what I mean. Trying to get that perfect little 2 rails around, 6 inches too far. Wanted to go 2 rails around the 7, but I didn't get that angle, so I chose to go 1 rail. Just straight up. Get parallel with the rail and the 7. I like how that parallel angle, about where that 7 is, you can really control your cue ball off the rack here. Like, you just hit this with a nice center ball, just really level stroke. You don't want to arch up on this. You'll end up down table or scratch if you hit the middle ball wrong. I like it just with a nice level cue. Touch it inside. See how the cue ball just went straight to the rail and straight back out. That was ideal, what I was trying to do with my cue ball. Because I always figured I'd have the ball, the 2 balls above that center ball, which would be the 12 in this case. And usually the other ball from the other side kicks out and you got a shot on the other side, or your bottom 2 corner balls kick out. It's just a beautiful break shot. See, this rack is where I get really out of sync here in about 2-3 balls. I liked the 5 and the 13 as break balls, and at one point it all goes to heck. Right about there, I didn't want to be there, but I recover well, but then I screw it all up in another shot. See, I didn't like shooting it in the side and then going into like the 4 ball, let's say, because it still has a carom angle to go past the 1 and scratch, so I don't like that. and a really good chance of moving my 5-ball breaker. Even though I got the 13 there, I just didn't like doing that, so I chose this, and I didn't get where I wanted. Well, I really thought I'd hit that with more of a center high ball, like a tip high, and float out just a little more center table for the 2, the 13, the 5, anything. But the 2 was in the back of my mind. And I didn't get there, so out of anger, I shot the 5. And then got here, which ain't great. Hit that second ball in the rack full, which sent me up the table and didn't open anything. So I had to shoot my break ball. Now I don't have a break ball. Luckily, I moved that 14-11 out, and I'll have something special at the end for that. But right here, I'm really trying to nudge this 1 ball. Oh, I want to nudge this 1. And I can barely see this 9 just enough to make it. Luckily, I need to throw just a touch, a right spin on this to help make the 9, but just too much. I missed the 1 altogether. Just flick that 1 out, and it's a beautiful break ball. But now I try again with the 8-ball, but in the back of my mind, it's like I don't want to hit the 14, so I can't hit the 1 from here. So I can try to do something with the 15, and not quite. Because the 1 goes by the top of the 14 to the bottom left. So in my head, if I carry him off the back of that 15, I've got the 1 back there. That was frustration there. I figured I could hit the top hemisphere, that 4, and it will send that 4 ball towards a nice break ball. Might be a little low at the end of the day, but doable. So right here, I already see what I need to do. Either the 14 or the 11 is my break ball. And I like the 1 ball as a K2, the 14 as a key ball, and the 11 breaker. This just took a touch. I want to get dead straight in on this 1 ball. I don't quite get there. I get a slight angle. I liked it. Just dead straight to where I got the cue ball angle to go towards the rail without cheating the pocket much. Just nice flowing shot. I like those. I like the angle. It's just on a bar box, this is such a tough angle because the rail's right there. Like on a 9-foot, you got another foot here. You got a great angle for high right and send the cue ball 3 rails around the bottom of the stack around the 10. But on a bar box, you don't have enough room to put right English on it. So you got to go with just a high ball and hope you don't hit it 1 rail, cross corner, and scratch. So nice controlled speed. I got the 9 ball. I like it because it kind of opens up that 13, 9, 12. I like that. But I don't hit it quite as good, and I don't like my break ball at this rack. And at some point, I'm going to stop commentating because I do my own commentating the last rack that I miss in. And it's a problem I've got. I've noticed this for years about me. Any one of my friends know the easiest way to beat me is just get me talking about pool. I won't shut up about it. I lose all concentration and just focus. And I'll stop talking now, but I do keep the 4 as my breaker. The 14 would have been better, but as things played out, I chose the 4 because it had a better key ball. But I really did like that pattern I played, but in hindsight, I saw a better pattern. With these 3 balls tied up, when I open them, not this shot. I'm going to take 1 shot, and then I'm going to take that 6 in the right-hand side and open up those 3 balls down below it. right here is what I meant. I should have shot the 13 and nudged up the 4-ball 2-3 inches, made it a better breaker because it's a little too low. And because the 14 is better because it's a little higher, but it doesn't have a good key ball. Should have ran this 13 first, nudge the 4, and then shoot the 12 or the 10. Because the 8's a beautiful key ball, but it's not what I did. And I really like that little 15-3-2 pattern I did at the end. I didn't mind when I did that. I remember I took a minute here. I don't shoot this 8. I shoot rail first, that striped 15 ball in the top left corner. I go rail first, come 2 rails around, and play either the 2 or the 3 next. Because I really don't mind how all 4 of these balls at the closer end to us, the lower end of the table, I like that pattern. Ideally, I wish the 4 was up 2-3 inches, like towards the center diamond, close to the rack still, just straight up like 3-4 inches. Because the 8 is a beautiful key ball and the 14 is a beautiful K2 ball. The problem is I didn't ever shoot that 13 and nudge up the 4 ball. So I left it. I shouldn't have ever left it. Now I'm kind of paying for it here. Wanted to get straight in on the 3 so I can pull it just straight back and kind of keep that angle to run 2 rails with the 2 ball and get straight in on the 14. But I don't quite drop back far enough. I drew it too far. And I only got that 1 rail angle. And I didn't spin it enough. I just hit it with just a center high ball and let that natural angle take me up table, but I didn't throw any right hand or helping English on it to kind of assist it get to that wider spot of the angle. And I got hair of the wrong angle on the 14 to get a hair of the wrong angle on the 13. Played a really good shot on the 8 to get a really crappy break ball in the long run because I never moved it up to the better position. But anyways, I'll save you from my stories of woe, and I'll stop commentating because I start talking after I run this rack out, and I just appreciate everyone or anyone that would ever watch this. So I made these originally for me, and I've always wanted to try commentary, so I have fun. It's kind of like a mental diary because I can always go back and watch these. So kind of hopeful that's what I can keep doing in the future. So thanks, everyone. God dang it. Corner. Just want to mention this is why I started talking. It's the dog. I love you, but I still am shooting, okay? I don't mean to put you in. You're so sweet. My nose is running. 12 ball is going to be a problem. I'll make it that far. Well, the 6 may go by the 10, but it's tight. Position error right there might have just cost me my run. That's a big error. So now I'm going to push the 1 to the rail and probably tie up the 6. I can shoot the 7, but I risk moving my brake ball. Screwed up. That probably goes inside. I got lucky there. Might have to play right now. Or I play my brake ball. I'm going to take a minute on this one. That's a really good brake ball, and that is a good looking combo, but it hits the point kind of high. Combo. Don't hook me. Don't hook me. So from right here, I actually stopped talking and tried to go back into focus mode. And I can't see the 7 in the side. I can maybe make it in the corner, but the 3's easier. And I really thought I would catch the bottom of the 7 right there. Didn't catch the bottom of the 7. So kind of no man's land. It's not where I thought I'd be. It's kind of an odd angle. The 12's a problem, so I'm trying to get on it. Completely missed this 1 because I'm trying to cheat it over for the 12 next. But, you know, I didn't take my time. I really rushed this for what it took to make this. I accept my miss. I'm proud of my run for, you know, where I'm at as a player. Thank you, everyone, for watching.